Tensions between the US and Iraq have reached a breaking point after the Iraqi Supreme Court issued an arrest warrant for former US President Donald Trump. This unprecedented act of aggression is thought to be a response to the controversial drone strike in Baghdad in 2020 that killed Major General Kasem Soleimani, one of Iran's most important military leaders. The arrest warrant has sent shockwaves worldwide, damaging diplomatic ties and spreading uncertainty to countries near and far. Hello and welcome to Primetime TV. In today's video, we'll talk about why Iraq issued a warrant for Donald Trump's arrest. Before starting our video, don't forget to smash the subscribe button and click the notification bell for more amazing content. Now let's get this video started. Arrest warrant issued by Iraq. Iraqi News, citing a Baghdad news source, says that the Iraqi Supreme Court has issued an arrest warrant for former US President Donald Trump for assassinating Iran's Quds Force commander Kasem Soleimani in Iraq land. The warrant was issued in connection with the assassinations of both Soleimani and the Chief of Staff for Iraq's Popular Mobilization Forces. In January 2020, both were killed by a drone strike near Baghdad's airport. That assassination operation led to Iranian strikes on the Aya al-Assad US base in Iraq. In the arrest warrant, Trump is charged with murder with intent. Even though it's clear that the warrant is just symbolic, a conviction like this means the death penalty. Who exactly was Kasem Soleimani? Kasem Soleimani was an officer with the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. He was in charge of the IRGC's Quds Force from 1998 until he was killed in 2020. The Quds Force was mostly in charge of military operations that happened outside of Iran. In his later years, some experts thought he was the second most powerful person in Iran after Ali Khamenei, the supreme leader of Iran. There are previous allegations. The court said that the investigation into the deaths was still going on. Recently, Iraqi leaders, including President Zidane and Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani, commemorated the deaths of Soleimani and Muhandis. PM Sudani said that their deaths must not be in vain. In 2021, the Supreme Court in Iraq said that Trump should be arrested for killing Soleimani. It wasn't clear if Zidane's comments meant new legal action or if the 2021 warrant would be renewed. When Al Monitor asked Zidane for more information, he didn't answer right away. It seems unlikely that the Iraqi government would ever try to catch Trump. In the past, world leaders have been tried in their own country's courts or by international tribunals. The International Criminal Court, also known as the ICC, based in The Hague, has already gone after international leaders like the former Sudanese dictator Omar Bashir. What's the deal? Since the US invaded Iraq in 2003 and got rid of Saddam Hussein, who had been in charge for a long time, the government has put trillions of dollars into the country. The United States and Iraq have diplomatic ties and work together to fight the Islamic State. But the death of Soleimani is still a sore spot between the two countries. This week is the third anniversary of Soleimani's death, and to mark the event, militias in Iraq that are backed by Iran have set up demonstrations. Most of the leadership in charge of Iraq right now are politicians with ties to Iran, but many Iraqis were happy about Soleimani's death. Some Iraqis stood like the militias that Iran backs. In addition, the Islamic Republic of Iran is also still trying to prove that the United States was to blame for Soleimani's death. The Iranian judiciary is said to have named 94 Americans as possible suspects in the killing. Country caught in the middle of two rivals. Iraq, which makes more oil than any other OPEC country except Saudi Arabia, is stuck between Iran and the United States, which are at odds with each other. Since the US invasion of Iraq in 2003, which led to Saddam Hussein's downfall, Iran's power in Iraq has grown a lot. In October, the Iraqi parliament chose a new prime minister who was pro-Iran. This made pro-Iran parties the most popular ones. Muqtada al-Sadr, a Shiite candidate whose protests against Iran's actions were upsetting the government, has been stopped by these parties. Trump gave the military the go-ahead to kill the leader of the PMF. The PMF was an umbrella group that brought together pro-Iranian militias in Iraq that was supported by the government as part of the Iraqi military. Since Iraq's arrest warrant for Donald Trump was made public, There has been a lot of talk about whether or not he could be charged with war crimes. We don't yet know what the outcome of this legal process will be, but it's clear that the situation in Iraq has become worse than ever, making the future uncertain and shedding light on decades of chaos, violence, and abuse. That was it for today's video. What are your thoughts on the video? Should people blame Donald Trump for the death of Kasem Soleimani? Tell us in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for your time. We'll see you later.